Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Hello and welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. We're here to remind you that small business is big business and your business is our business.
All right. So, Eric, bear with me for a moment.
Okay.
But I feel like we are having a grandchild.
Whoa. Whoa.
I do.
Whoa.
I feel like, well, it's better than I say we're having a baby.
Well, not much.
Yeah, it is like we're having a grandchild.
Hold on. For the record, Angel Tussey, you are married to Jay Tussey, who is not Eric Raymer. We're not having nothing.
But we kind of are. My assistant, Ariane, is pregnant.
Oh.
And it feels like I'm having a grandchild. Is that weird? Is that too much? Have I just put myself too much into somebody else's family?
No, I think it's just fine. But let me just stop you right there.
Stop me! I'm having a grandbaby.
No.
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 Am I a good auntie?
Neither you,
auntie? Do I get anything?
Neither you nor I are old enough to be having grandbabies. All right? At least not in my headspace.
Not in our headspace.
So what we're having is more like a puppy.
A puppy?
We're having a puppy.
A puppy?
Yep.
You can't. No. It's not an animal. It's a baby.
No. You're gonna pet it and you're gonna send it home. You might feed it and then you send it home.
Isn't that what?
You bring little toys and treats.
A grandchild.
And then you send it home.
Isn't that?
I wouldn't know because we're not having a grandbaby.
I know. I think the first person I said that to, they thought I was just whack. But as soon as I found out she was expecting, I kind of wanted to, I felt like it was part of us. It was the first time our team, our little Experience Pros family.
Well, let's put this into perspective.
Okay.
You have 21 almost year old daughters.
They will be 21 in 5 months.
And we're ready to have little grandbabies?
Well, no, but Ariane is old enough to have a grandbaby.
Well, that is true.
I mean, she is.
Yes.
She is old enough. She's married.
Right.
She's with child. She's part of our little network here, our little family. I don't know. Is that? No, but I think puppy, really.
Well, if not a puppy, maybe.
You could be like the great uncle, Uncle Eric. You love that. You love that title. You love that title. You, in fact, you instill that you're Uncle Eric to people that you just met a few years ago. And you, take over and you want to be... Why is this one so hard for you? Do you want to call this a puppy?
Well, it's not a grandbaby.
Grandbaby too much?
I'm not ready to call you Grammy.
Why not?
Because you're, 27 years old.
Auntie? So is it like
auntie would be all right. Yeah.
Okay.
I can work with that.
You can work with you. Meet me halfway. We could get away from puppy and go back to having it be a baby as long as we're aunt and uncle.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know calling it grandbaby would cause such a tailspin for you.
I'm not ready for grandpa.
Not ready to be a grandpa.
No.
How old are your sons?
23 and 21.
23 and 21. How old were you when you got married?
19.
19. How old were you when you became a daddy?
24.
24?
23. 23.
You were 23?
Did you raise that eyebrow at me?
But I think you were 22 when.
At the same time I gave away my puppy.
Yeah, I think you were 22 when you procreated. So.
That's not true.
It's not?
No.
Promise? You're not lying to me? Because, you have to kind of read between the lines with him.
I'm not talking about my procreation practices.
Okay. All right. So around 22 is when you became a father. So how old was your dad?
How did this become about me?
When did your dad become a grandpa? How old was he when he became a grandpa?
I have no idea. He's ancient. The dude's 86 years old.
So I'm just thinking you are grandpa age. I'm thinking you are. Now, thank you to our fitness sponsor with Orange Theory Fitness at Arapahoe.
Who's trying to kill me?
And Parker Road. You are not going to look like an old fuddy-duddy grandpa. You're going to be kind of a cool grandpa. Or Uncle Eric, as you prefer. I don't know. Do you really want to be everybody's uncle? I mean, like, this is like higher elevated status. Anybody can be an uncle.
I'll be a monkey's uncle. All right. A monkey. We're having a monkey.
Don't you do that.
All right. I like puppy. We'll be back after these messages. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
You make all kinds of plans for your business, but have you planned for the event that you may need long-term care? Did you know that you can have long-term care insurance that offers you tax advantages and a guaranteed rate of return? Walt Wilson is a licensed agent working in the financial services segment of the insurance industry, and he's a pro when it comes to long-term care. It only takes a moment to register for the next free webinar that could literally change your financial outlook. Visit privatepensiondesign.com today and click the LTC webinar tab.
You've tried and tried to shed those 10, 20, even 50 pounds of excess weight, and like so many Americans, you're frustrated. It's no secret that the body needs to be in balance before lasting weight loss can be maintained. Let Dr. Deborah Zeff and Christy Edwards of Holistic Herbal Health help you detoxify your body and get you on the fast track to quantum weight loss. You know you can do this. Now you know someone who can help. Call Dr. Zeff and get started on your quantum weight loss today. 303-249-7742. That's 303-249-7742 or online at rootedinhealth.com.
This is Dave Logan, and I know what it's like to get home and not be able to get into the garage, right? I mean, it's especially frustrating when you're getting home from a road trip. That's why I now trust Don's Garage Doors to make sure that it never happens to me again. The LiftMaster system, along with the reliability of Don's, gives me absolute confidence that I'll always be welcomed home. Perhaps you should contact my friends at Don's Garage Doors and ask about their free keypad and remote offers while their supplies last. Find them online at donsgaragedoors.com or call them at 303-738-DOOR.
The Broomfield Small Business Summit is the premier small business growth event to take your business to new heights in 2014. This full-day event is on Friday, February 28th from 7:30 a.m. until 6 p.m. at the Omni Resort Interlaken. Tickets are $59 and include breakfast, lunch, and a drink ticket to the cocktail networking reception. The Broomfield Small Business Summit is hosting 10 workshops and panels throughout the day, including government contracting, access to capital, leadership, social media marketing, and much more. Sign up today at broomfieldsmallbusinesssummit.com. That's broomfieldsmallbusinesssummit.com.
Design, implement, and support. If you have a computer, a cell phone, or a tablet, you have a network. Hi, this is Eric, and I've got great news for you. Your network has a guy. For the last 15 years, Brad Binkley of Binkley IT has served his clients without killing their budget. Brad can effectively manage a network of up to 50 computers, typically for about 2 to 4 hours a week. Huge savings, no sacrifice. Call Brad today for your next IT partner, 720-254-1057. That's 720-254-1057. Binkley IT, solving the IT puzzle one piece at a time.
The number one revenue producing room on the car lot is not the showroom.
The Dave Ramsey Show.
It's not even the shop, which is number two. It's the finance office. They make more money on the paper, on the payments, on the interest than they do on cars. Now, if you're in the new car business, I'm not mad at you, but I'm just telling people how your business works.
Dave Ramsey, noon to 3 on KLZ 560, The Source.
This is Dave. The Experience Pros radio show is changing the way people treat people in business. Listen to Eric and Angel mornings at 10, right before the Dave Ramsey Show at noon on KLZ 560, The Source.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/therevolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. We are having so much fun here in the studio today. So happy that you are joining us for your most positive business talk on the air. Eric has met me halfway. I'm appreciating that you compromise.
We're having a niece or a nephew.
Not a puppy. Not a puppy.
Not a puppy.
Not a puppy. And Ariane is very thrilled to know that we're not referring to her baby as a little animal. It's a baby.
Can we tell the other side of that story?
No. Let's talk about creating irresistible headlines and sublines.
Headlines and sublines?
Headlines and sublines. Do you know that every headline has a subline?
What's the context of your subtext?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know.
Let's see where this will go.
Let's see where this will go. When we talk about blogging, we talk about writing articles, we spend a lot of time working on the headline because that's what people are searching for. That's what they're going to see. It's where most of the keywords are. 3 ways to do this, 6 ways to improve that. But a lot of times it's the subline that actually grabs the people's attention, and that sometimes that's as far as they get. So even if you get the headline, now you have like one more hurdle to get through, and that is your subheadline, your subline.
All right, and is it the role of the subline to suck people into the article? All right, I'm tracking. I'm picking up what you're laying down.
Yeah, and the reason why we need a good subline is because of people like you who scan.
It's true.
You are a scanner. Aren't we all, though? We're all scanners. And so I've got an article from John Morrow from boostblogtraffic.com, and he talks about some different things that we do that we kind of lose our audience. We lose our scanners. And the first one is, he says, we have plain subheads. They're boring. They don't stop your readers from scanning. They make them yawn. Not the activity we are looking for. Or we have the spoiler subline.
The spoiler?
The spoiler. It tells the readers exactly what's coming. Therefore,
no need to read.
No need to read it.
That is how I scan most of my emails.
Really?
Yeah.
You just, you know what? I know that you do.
Yeah, you actually caught me in the act. You came over and looked at my computer once with my emails, and your emails are all single-spaced lined, separated.
Right.
My emails actually have the header and the first 3 lines of the email showing, and because of that, if you can't catch my attention in 3 lines, I will not open your email.
That's a harsh rule.
Right.
You will not open my email.
Spoiler! Your subline gave it away.
Well, okay, but actually, no. In an email?
Yeah.
So we have our subject, and that is such an important piece to the email of whether or not it's going to get read.
Absolutely.
Your subject tells me, is this a personal note to me, or is this a mass newsletter?
And even if your subject is warm and friendly in a mass email, when it says "Dear" and it's all capitals, Eric, maybe even spelled wrong, I know what you're doing.
All right, so then your subline, which is really your first sentence in your email,
right,
or your subline, and a lot of books have this kind of the subheader context, and so you've got this fun topic or this fun, the name of your book, but really it's that subline that tells people, should I be interested in reading this?
Right.
When we did Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll, the book Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll, that was, this catchy little, I don't know, kind of throw you off, grab your attention title of a book, but it really was 3 keys for a healthier lifestyle was our subline.
Right.
Those 3 keys, that was the answer to should I be reading, should I learn more about sex, drugs?
It's not as salacious as you thought. The same thing for us. I tell you the most well-respected letter I ever put out was, the title of it was, "The Future of Our Clothes is on the Line." And the subline was, "We need 20 washers and dryers." Right?
There you go. And it's so your subhead, your subline, the second phrase, or even the first sentence of your email, that's really the line that gets people reading.
You bet.
So you've got their attention in the subject or the title, but it's the subtext of it that will encourage them to read it, or they don't even have to read the whole thing. And right, isn't that so beneficial when we don't force people to read all of it? You could put in your emails or even in your blogs your little subtext and a wrap-up paragraph, and so whether or not they read all the middle, they still got the point.
It's an agreement that I share with 15,759 of my email senders.
An agreement you share.
Absolutely. They send me stuff, and their subline gives me everything I need to know, so I don't have to open those emails. I have 15,759 unopened emails.
All right, I'll allow that. For the record, counselor, that's an agreement you share. However, What then needs to be stricken?
Stricken from the record?
Is your phrase of, I didn't get that.
Oh, I'll work on that.
Yeah, because you did. Just because you chose not to read it.
Let's go back
I didn't get that.
Well, if it wasn't appealing, then whose fault is that? Okay, let's go over here.
What?
Let's not make this personal. Go ahead.
All right, so he talks about that your subhead should be a phrase that is crystal clear but makes readers say, I have to keep reading at what this writer is getting at. But instead, if it makes them say, what the heck does that mean? You're flirting with being too cryptic. Do you flirt with being too cryptic? Yes, you do.
I just flirt in general.
You flirt with being too cryptic. And when we flirt with being too cryptic, he says it confuses rather than compels people to miss the mark. And we miss the mark. And I think that we do that in person, and I think we do that in our emails way too often. We want people to go, really? What does that mean? Ooh, tell me more. People don't do that. They don't respond to that. Have you ever been in a sales training where they've taught a few things and then they tell you, and that person will respond with, ooh, I'm interested.
Tell me more.
Ooh, you've got my attention. People don't do that.
Right.
Because we know that as soon as we say that, we like the fish on the hook, and we're stuck into your, I'm so glad you asked.
Right.
Let me pull out my third-point presentation and suck you in.
I don't know why you think that, I'm too cryptic. I really don't. I think that's a fallacy. Folks, please don't go anywhere, because when we get back, there's going to be somebody else on the phone who's going to talk to one of us, maybe both of us, about something that you might be interested in. It might have to do with business, but it might not, and it may be home-based or not. Here on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Where do you go when the bank says no? Every business needs money, and yours is probably no different. What's that you say? Your bank backed out on a commitment to you? Our friend Steve Replin has the answers to your financial questions. Steve's new book, Where to Go When the Bank Says No, is the authoritative guide to finding you the money you need now. Where to Go When the Bank Says No, available right now at hardmoneybooks.com. That's hardmoneybooks.com. Where do you go when the bank says no? hardmoneybooks.com.
Benjamin Franklin once said that nothing is certain except death and taxes. He was right, mostly. What Ben didn't know was that when it comes to death, Mike Heffelbauer, licensed and board certified in funeral services since 1990, has served families with dignity and respect, while saving them thousands with their affordable and realistic pricing. Heffelbauer Funeral Services, family-owned and community-involved. When certainty calls, call Heffelbauer Funeral Services, 720-344-6087, 720-344-6087, or visit HeffelbauerFuneralServices.com.
Renew, heal, and experience the miraculous with master healer, yoga, and meditation teacher, Karen Corona. Karen has 30 years experience providing natural healing therapies and nutritional education. Her yoga and meditation programs will guide you back to vibrant health and wellness. Call Karen today and get started. 303-725-1119. Mention Experience Pros and get $450 off Karen's upcoming healing and yoga retreat in June, set in lovely Nuevo Vallarta, Mexico. 303-725-1119 or online at KarenCorona.com.
Can you imagine going an entire day without your phone or computer? Crazy, right? How else would you communicate with your team, contact that client, or even get paid? Absolutely nothing happens when you don't have technology in your lap. Even a slow-running computer can stall your progress, and when your software doesn't sync, nothing seems to work out. You've got a technology partner like no other with C-Squared Computer Consulting. C-Squared is your business pain reliever. Solve your pain. Call C-Squared at 303-933-1113.
Being a homeowner, business owner, or a consumer has never been easier thanks to the Extreme Customer Service Directory. You can count on the Experience Pros Network to deliver the best in customer service and collaboration. Check out the Extreme Customer Service Directory for all your referrals, and if you don't see your favorites on the list, let us know. We'll check them out, and if their customers are saying great things about them, they could be a great fit for the Extreme Customer Service Directory. Online at experiencepros.com/directory.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
Denver's only radio show that's all about your small business, The Experience Pros, weekdays at 10, right before the Dave Ramsey Show. That's me, on KLZ 560, The Source.
Dave Ramsey can help you get out of debt. Call him today during the Dave Ramsey Show, live at noon on KLZ 560, The Source.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Hey now, you're an all-star. If you came on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show, where there's no more cryptology going on. No, in fact, we know exactly who's on the line and what we're going to talk about.
We're going to talk about the NFL.
NFL, bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, how exciting is that?
Right?
We have our Sharpening Your Axe series with our dear friend Casper Stockham with All-Star Success Alliance. Casper, welcome to the show.
Hello, hello.
Now, Casper, I'm a little confused because I know that you are a sports enthusiast, but you're not a football player.
I'm not a football player, and I'm not really that big of a football fan. However, I am a fan of getting out of the NFL.
Ooh.
Getting out of the NFL.
Yep.
All right.
Breaking news. Dump, da, da, dump, da, da, dump, dump, dump.
I heard, is it Shannon Sharp has just gotten out of the NFL. He's not doing the pregame stuff anymore.
He's not doing that anymore.
No.
You know, before we get into the NFL or getting out of the NFL, I just want to tell you that being a grandparent is probably one of the most exciting things that I have ever experienced in my life.
See, that's how I feel.
Would you like a puppy?
I'm just saying. I'm
so
just saying.
excited.
I feel puppy in May.
So excited for Ariana and her husband and the family they're creating, and that I just kind of get to be a part of that, but I don't have to take that baby home.
As we digress. But,
all right. Well, we are talking about getting out of the NFL, and any of our friends who have started their own business and have harassed all of their friends and family, they are probably in the NFL right now and they don't even know it.
Don't even know it, but they're in the NFL, which is No Friends Left Club.
Oh, that NFL.
That NFL, yes.
All right. So with the NFL club, with No Friends Left. Now, we're talking about network marketing. We're talking about, in many cases, home-based, multi-level type marketing businesses, many of which are fantastic, but we drive away our friends and family. What can we do to help?
Well, the biggest challenge is people don't even realize that they're doing this, and the companies have great training. So they teach you how to sell, but they don't teach you how to really relate to the people that you're talking to. And you wind up selling to your friends and family, which is something you should never do. You should never sell to your friends and family. You should let them know what you're doing, just like if you opened up a pizza shop down at the corner, you let them know for sure, but you don't sell to your friends and family.
Well, I think that we need to take that to heart. We never sell, but that's, Casper, that's the people we know. That's who we hit up first and the hardest and the most frequent.
Well, that's who you should definitely talk to in the beginning to advertise your new business. You just started this new opportunity, and you want to let them know so they can send you referrals. But you don't want to let them know so you can harass them and chase them down and then wind up in the NFL, and that's something you definitely want to stay away from.
Yeah, because every time you see them, at the birthday parties and all of that, you're always kind of asking, why aren't you in? Why aren't you in? What more can I tell you? I mean, you harass them and they feel it and then they start to avoid you. Okay, so we want to let our friends and family know because they are a great referral source for us. They are our cheerleaders. They are our biggest fans and they trust us, and they'll probably even give us some great referrals and and advice. If we're in the club now, what do we do to get out?
Yes. Well, it's going to require a paradigm shift because it's just ingrained in us to kind of go down this path. So we have to change that, and we can help them do that, of course, with our company. But it just needs to make a mental shift, and we have some questions that you should ask that literally, if you ask the questions, you can't go into the NFL because the questions are not about you or your product or your service or how wonderful it is. It's about them, so it's impossible to get into the NFL if you follow our system.
Okay, do you have some samples of questions we can ask that keep us out of that zone?
Do you want to buy? Do you want to buy now? Do you want to buy now? How about now?
No, everything you ask should have nothing to do with your product or service, which is totally counterintuitive to what you would think. So it's just all about them, what they're doing now, how's it going, where do they see themselves 5 years down the road kind of question. So it has nothing to do with your product or your service.
All right, but this is, you're kind of opening them up, right? If they say, I want to pay off my debt, I want to send my kids to college, we'd like to renovate the house, do we jump right in then?
Oh, well, you definitely make note of what they're saying, and you address their, you work at helping them. So maybe your program, maybe your product or your service is going to help them, but maybe it's not. And if it's not, you need to not share your product or service, so you never get the rejection if it's not something that's going to help.
Okay, so we know what we're not going to do, but what are those questions? How can we? What do we say?
Well, there's a series of questions, and we call them the 5 buying questions. So the first question is it's not so much a script, okay, because scripts don't work. What you need is just to have an honest conversation. So you ask them about the past, anything about the past. Doesn't matter. Just ask them about their past and how's it going.
Okay.
Then you ask them about the future.
All right.
And then you ask them about the present. So what are you doing now to make that future happen? And it could be about their schooling, it could be about their job, whatever. And then the last few questions would be about what obstacles are standing in your way to help you achieve that goal. Now, their goal may be their finishing their education, and maybe getting a promotion at their job, whatever. It's still not about your opportunity. It's about them. What are they doing in their life?
Now, Casper, when you're asking these questions, tell me about what you've done. Tell me about what you hope to do, and what are you doing today that gets us to that, and what are those obstacles? Mm-hmm. Are you filtering from your perspective whether or not these guys are going to be a decent prospect for you?
You hit it. You hit the nail on the head. You're absolutely filtering, because I don't want everybody in my business. And I've got 8 siblings, and 6 of them I don't want in my business.
All right, well, I already know one of your siblings that is in your business.
Oh, she's awesome, right.
Does the other one know?
Not yet.
All right.
Not yet. But it is a filter, okay? So you want to make sure that the people that are joining you on your team, in your business, are people that you want on your team and in your business, and you don't know that until you ask questions.
Until you ask questions, and you're actually listening, and I think so often we get so excited about these new opportunities that we think everybody is kind of on the same page that we are and dealing with the same thing. And until all of this, anything that we're doing, no matter what business you're in, if you don't know your why, then you're going to get derailed. And so when you're asking these questions about what do you want from the future, what are those obstacles, what are you doing to move in that, then you come along, at a place where you're walking alongside of them. And maybe it's not this business model, but there's other things that you can do to maybe help them achieve those dreams, make some introductions, or just support them. And we want to support our friends and family in their dreams, no matter what they are, no matter whether or not they join us in our business or not, right?
Absolutely. If you become a resource for them, they're going to lean into you instead of running away from you. And it'll get you out of the NFL. You need to become a resource to the people around you, and that will be the biggest blessing to them and for you and your business.
I love it.
Now, Casper, you're doing some NFL intervention workshops, right?
That's correct. We're going to start up some intervention workshops. We're doing some online right now. We're going to do some offline as well in the local community. So we're looking to get those all set up, and you have to stay tuned for that information. But you can get all this information over at asanetwork.biz. I always want to put the www.
That's all right. Those are implied. We know what you're talking about. asanetwork.biz.
Yes, asanetwork.biz. The first 2 people that go over there and reach out to one of our live coaches who are standing by right now will get a free signed copy of the book, The Golden Business Solution.
Wow.
You know what? You're always a giver, Casper, and he gives this series, Sharpening Your Axe series, once a month here on the Experience Pros Radio Show. There's a lot of benefits in running your own business, kind of having an additional revenue stream to hit your goals. But if you don't have a support system, you're going to get derailed, because one day you just might not feel like doing it, and you're going to treat it like a hobby. Make sure you treat it like a business.
And if you don't have the training that Casper offers, you will find yourself in the NFL, and you don't want to be that. Remember, that's the No Friends Left Club. Casper, always brilliant. Your contact information, please.
asanetwork.biz, and you can reach us at 720-257-9461.
Fantastic having you every time you're on the air. You always help us out, and you're helping a ton of people in those marketing businesses. We appreciate you.
You guys are awesome, and you're welcome, and you have an awesome day.
All right, coming up next, your unfair marketing advantage. We're going all the way around the world. Adelaide, Australia, Michael D. Russo coming up next on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Networking is full of myths. Bring lots of business cards. Be sure to meet at least 10 new people. Have your 30-second sales pitch ready. Your network is your net worth, but only if you're networking with your A-team. Take the guesswork out of your networking by joining Extreme Relationship Management. It's transforming the way people are networking. It's way more fun than drive-by networking and doesn't waste your time handing out stacks of business cards. Check out ExtremeRelationshipManagement.com for their next event, ExtremeRelationshipManagement.com.
You have a 401k and you keep hearing about ways to invest in real estate or precious metals. At Diverse Retirement Solutions, they've developed a plan that will help you do just that, and you can take back control of your retirement funds with checkbook control and no annual fees. Find out how by going to diverseretirementsolutions.com or calling them at 970-316-2099. That's 970-316-2099. Don't wait another day to take control of your retirement funds. Put them to work for you today. Diverse Retirement Solutions, 970-316-2099.
If you're ready to get serious about your health, then experience the BioT difference. BioT Medical's all-natural testosterone pellet therapy is the safest and most effective way to increase your testosterone levels. Testosterone therapy not only improves your energy and libido, but also protects against heart disease, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, and prostate cancer. Go to biotmedical.com to find a BioT certified practitioner near you. That's BIOTE medical.com.
Your photographs are your treasures. Your art collection means something to you, and that jersey you won in that silent auction is providing you with tons of bragging rights, so it matters to you where you have it framed. Trust your framing to the experts at Frame the Art, the experts with heart. What matters to you matters to Frame the Art. Don't drop your treasures off at a warehouse. Call Frame the Art, 303-722-1525, 303-722-1525, located just north of Dartmouth on South Broadway in Englewood. Frame the Art. It matters.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Hi, this is Angel, and ladies, I want to let you in on my newest fashion secret. It's my eyelashes. That's right, my eyelashes. I've been going to Carabella Studio since July, and ever since then, I've had nothing but compliments on my eyelash extensions from my friend Reggie at Carabella Studio. And my favorite part? No more daily hassle of applying and removing mascara, and all of the compliments. Get yours today. Call Carabella Studio today at 303-909-9585. That's 303-909-9585. Ask for the Angel Eyes offer and get your new lashes for only $150. Carabella Studios, 303-909-9585.
Wake up with Randy Corcoran, early mornings at 5, followed by the Laura Ingraham Show at 7 on KLZ 560, The Source.
Every business has its own unique set of challenges, and yours is no different. The experienced pros are your collaborative partners as they present solutions to common issues in business. And now it's time for Up and Over from Down Under, featuring serial entrepreneur Michael Russo.
Hey, welcome back to the big show. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. It is time to go halfway around the world to Adelaide, Australia.
Hi, Michael.
Oh, morning. Oh, I'm awake. I'm ready. Yes, terrific. How is everybody?
All right, so it is 17 and a half hours ahead of our schedule. So it is, what time is it, Michael, where you're at?
Just gone 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Interesting.
Correct.
All right,
yes.
Okay.
I'm ahead of the curve as always with experienced pros.
As always. So it's breaking news here.
Right here in just the plain old U.S. We're having a big lottery, $400 million. Who won, Michael?
Hang on. Yep, I've got the winning numbers here. I'm emailing them to you now. Get ready.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. What are we talking about today, brother?
All right, unless you're driving, I want you to close your eyes for a moment. I want you to imagine a very long, dusty road. Now, on this particular road, on either side of the road, just nothing but barren landscape for miles. As far as the eye can see, there's just nothing. And eventually you keep driving, you're driving on this road for hours and hours and hours, and eventually pops up out of nowhere this little settlement, this little town. And this place is called Cooper. And as you come off the main road, you take a right into this place, and there's just a few strips of businesses. There's sort of an above-ground restaurant on the left-hand side, Trace's Restaurant. On the right-hand side, there's a service station, a few other little shops. There's a bank on the left. And as you come through this town, you start to notice that there's no houses anywhere. And the reason why there's no houses anywhere is this place is so hot that everything is built underground. In fact, this place is called Cooper, and one of the things it's famous for is its underground accommodation. Cool. We've got a big underground hotel there. It's really cool because it's the only way to be, underground. It's the only way to stay cool there. And one of the reasons why I'm bringing this up, or the reason why I'm bringing this up today, is that one of the businesses in Cooper, which is actually in my home state, about 10 hours from where I live, depending on how fast you drive, they've just won the Traveller's Choice Awards for TripAdvisor for 2014. And it's a bed and breakfast, and they call it the Underground B&B. And what's really interesting, they didn't just win this award for their location or in their category. They actually won this award not just for Australia, but for the entire South Pacific region. They won this award. So it's a pretty big feat when you think about it. And so I started thinking about what makes a unique user experience. Obviously, being underground, that's unique. Most bed and breakfasts aren't underground. But as I started reading a little bit about the history of these, the business owner's husband and wife that actually owns this place, it struck me that what they're doing or what they've created for their clients is something totally unique, not just because you've got an underground bed and breakfast and everything's enclosed and, it's something totally different. Their whole attitude towards how they deal with their customers is based on the customer experience, something that's very close to home at Experienced Pros, I know, always about the customer. So what I started looking at is a few different things that can help you to create a unique customer experience. And I've got a few organizations here that I thought we could use some examples for. So Macca's, for example.
Whoa, mister, hold on for a second. Macca's? What?
Macca's. McDonald's.
Oh, McDonald's. Okay. Don't go using that Australian English with us, mister. Trying to keep up here.
In my house, it's always Old McDonald's anyway, because that's what my 5-year-old always says. So we go to Old McDonald's, and the thing with Old McDonald's is not the food, it's about the customer experience. You know what you're going to get every time you get there. You know the experience that you're going to get. And if you're a parent, what you're buying is not the food. You're buying the 15 minutes worth of peace and quiet. You're shutting the kids up in the back seat of the car as you leave the drive-thru. That's what you're buying. You think about Apple or Disney or Nike. They're famous for making things user-friendly. Disney's famous for their theme parks, happiness, animated films. And Nike, it doesn't matter what your sporting passions are, they always make you feel like you can do anything. So in any good organization, whether it's a mum and dad business owner like the Underground B&B in Cooper, or you're looking at a big organization, if your mantra or your passion or the attitude of your company is about the customer experience, you usually find success. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I mean, and like you said, that's one of the things that is very near and dear to our heart is that customer experience. And it is, something that's very consistent. Everybody can expect, what you're going to get, whether you go to one in Indiana or Australia.
Right.
I think that's what we count on. And as a business owner, our customer experience, especially with a small business, varies from person to person, not just even from location to location, but it varies from person to person.
That's right. And you'll find when you actually start researching what a lot of these companies do, you'll find that most of the times it's in the small things that they do, not the big things that make the difference. And it's the, what's the word I'm looking for? The consistency of delivering your product or service. That's what makes the difference. You find something that works, you find something your customers are happy with. And, I recently went through the process a couple of years ago now of building a new company structure for a business I've been working on. And the first thing we did, or one of the first things we did, is we worked out the company hierarchy structure, how we're going to lay it out and who's going to go where, because we're looking at developing this into a franchise. And so I wanted to make sure we had the business model right from the outset. And the first thing we did is at the top of the hierarchy structure is, the corporate structure is the customer. So that's what we aim for. Everything we do, everyone in the organization is aiming to make the person at the very top happy. Do you understand that method of thinking?
It absolutely resonates with us, Michael. You're talking to what we call preaching to the choir. We understand the customer has to be the number one thing. You can have your systems, you can have your process, you can even have the best whatever, but if you don't put the customer, they'll go somewhere else.
That's right. And it's not about the fact that every customer you deal with is going to be terrifically happy. Sometimes you get customers you want to quietly move on. They're not your ideal customer. But what you want to do is make sure that in every transaction, every document that you create, every marketing plan you do, every product that you deliver, that the mantra is to try and help the customer first. In fact, I had a conversation with a client today, actually, and she said almost exactly this thing. She said, my problem is I don't know who to trust. I'm concerned about how I'm going to be treated, and I don't want to buy something and be left holding the bag, in 6 or 12 months' time, nobody to go back to help me if I have any issues. And that's a common problem. So you've got to be able to deliver some confidence in your clients. And if you can do it properly, you get something like the number one position, like Underground B&B did, where you're awarded not by another company, but by your customers actually saying how good you are, and you're getting all that word-of-mouth exposure, which, as we know, is the best form of advertising or marketing you can do.
Well, absolutely. Anytime you can create that customer conversation and you hear from somebody else's customer experience, you increase the trust value immediately. You're not calling up somebody and saying, okay, now tell me about your service and tell me what you do and should I do business with you? You've heard about them from somebody you trust, or one of their customers already. You've already convinced that this is good. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when will I do business with you at that point.
That's right. And look, we've talked a lot on Experience Pros about video marketing and things like that. Interestingly, when I went to their website to check it out, because I found out about this company, there was a big spread in the newspaper about them. That's how I initially found out about what they'd done. When I went to their website to check out, sure enough, they've got a fancy little video on there. So, creating videos of your customer experiences are really important. Not just simple testimonials, hey, yeah, these guys were great with a big thumbs up. Create a bit of a story around your actual customer's experience from their point of view, and try and take yourself out of the picture and put them more into the picture, and you should go through long term and do well for your business. So top 3 tips for this week. Top tip number 1, put the customer first, not just in name. Everybody says we value the customer, but actually write it into your company organizational chart. Top tip number 2, look for the little things that can set you apart. And it's often not the big flashy things that everybody thinks it is, but it's usually the small things that, people will remember you for. And top tip number 3, be genuinely engaged in what your customers want. The difference between a company that succeeds and one that doesn't in this field is usually the attitude. Make sure you have the right attitude, be passionate about what you're doing for your customers, and then be consistent in delivering it.
I love it. You are consistent in delivering the best in giving our listeners an unfair marketing advantage, Michael Russo. I have one question for you about this underground B&B in Cooper PD. You said they go underground because it's so hot that you can't live up above ground, right?
That's correct. That's correct. I mean, I've actually stayed there and been in an above ground accommodation, and it doesn't work. You got to be underground.
It's miserable. Okay, and Australia is famous for their wallabies and their wombats and their creepy crawlies and whatnot. Don't those creepy crawlies know that underground is better too?
Yeah, that's where they live out there too.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, good deal. Michael, thank you so much for joining us today. Just asking. All right. We'll be back with more positive business talk coming up next on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
When you think of going to the dentist, it makes you uncomfortable and uptight. You recall the dark ages of dentistry. Weisbard Dental wants to change that image. Imagine being welcomed in a comfortable, beautiful, brand new dental office with digital x-rays, digital photos, being comforted throughout the entire process. At Weisbard Dental, you'll be treated while relaxing in their massage chairs. Make an appointment for Weisbard Dental at 303-773-3373. Check them out at weisbarddental.com. WEISBARD dental.com.
I'm Dr. Lee Weisbard, and I can make you smile.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
When it comes time for you to buy your next new or gently used vehicle, you'll definitely want an auto broker. And when it comes to which auto broker to choose, here's all you need to know. Matt Martin and H.M. Brown and Associates. Matt has access to all makes and models and offers fantastic financing, leasing, and can even help you with your trade-in. H.M. Brown has 27 years with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Buy your next car with the integrity and capable help of Matt Martin and H.M. Brown and Associates. 303-414-2388. Call today.
Run a business and have a life. You got into business so you could enjoy life, and Employer Essentials can help. They keep up with the ever-changing payroll and employment laws and requirements, as well as all those employee management issues. Employer Essentials is the answer you've been looking for to add payroll and HR solutions that offer you peace of mind and the time to do what you want to do. Employer Essentials, Denver's trusted local payroll and HR provider for 15 years. EmployerEssentials.com or 303-734-9436.
Hi, this is Angel, and I've been in my home for 12 years now. When I think about redecorating, I just can't seem to get past what I've always done. Helene's Designs offers a fluff-it-up service for home decorating. She takes what I already have and rearranges just enough to fluff it up. Call Helene to get fluffed up at 720-233-7302. Helene's Designs is a full-service design firm that helps you turn your dreams into a reality. Call Helene's Designs today at 720-233-7302 or check out the before and after pictures online at helenesdesigns.com.
Government affects so many aspects of our lives, and it's become so complicated that it's hard to keep track of everything that's happening. Most daily talk radio is either so divisive that women don't want to listen, or you don't have time to listen to 2 or 3 hours of it every day. We want to offer you a concise, easy-to-understand synopsis of the issues put into the context of what women like you care about and how you and your family are personally affected. We're calling our show Heart of the Matter because that's what we plan to do. Get to the core principles of each issue so you can choose for yourself what you believe. So please join me, Jill Vecchio, and my co-hosts, Kim Munson and Molly Vogt, for 2 fun hours of lively discussion every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. Let's get to the heart of the matter on KLZ 560 The Source.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a fan bragging story of great customer service on Facebook.com/Experience Pros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us for ours.
Bye now, bye now, bye now.
Oh, no. Heck no.
Heck no? Heck no?
Hate that.
You know, we talk a lot about boosting your visibility and making sure that people have heard of you. We talked a little bit about your blog a little bit before, and I came across Rebecca Radice. She wrote a little tip on 5 business blogging tips to build your credibility and boost visibility. She says that a blog can be one of your most powerful business marketing tools, but what people tend to hear is, "Ooh, I can sell here."
Absolutely. I've got something to sell, and you need to know about it. Next blog, I've got something to sell, and you need to know about that too.
Well, the thing is, we don't want to chase people away. The reason that they're coming to your blog, coming to your articles, is because you're the expert. You're offering them some information, some advice. It's educational. I'm going to get something out of it. I'm not necessarily coming there to buy. And we tend to overwhelm our audience because we put too many what she calls buy buttons and flashy calls to action. A call to action is imperative. If you want to bring business into, new clients into your business, into your pipeline, you need a call to action.
Absolutely.
You need to have a sales process that helps them to purchase. Your blog isn't that. It isn't a cash register. So,
well, if it's not a cash register, why would anybody take the time?
Why would anybody take the time? You're creating that visibility. You're putting your brand out there. You're making it easy for customers to find you, to refer you, to share your information with others in a really friendly manner.
If I say the name Jack LaLanne, do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, he was a big expert in physical fitness. And the one thing that he did is he wrote a bunch of books, which are the old-fashioned version of blogs, folks. And he became the expert at nutrition and fitness for decades.
Okay, so while you're listening to this, what are you the expert of? And so often we say, okay, well, I sell insurance. I'm an insurance consultant. Okay, well, really, what are you an expert on? You're an expert in protection, in protecting assets.
Right.
And so let's talk about how do we protect our assets? What are the different things that we can put in place to make sure our assets are protected? That's what you become the expert in. As an example,
Sure.
It doesn't have to be every insurance has the asset protection in mind. There are other pieces, but you get to be the expert when you have that conversation with your client about why your product is going to help them and what's in it for them. You're actually that expert consultant coming alongside of them, saying, I want to help you achieve your why, whatever your dream is. I want to make your life faster. Make easier, faster, better, quicker, prettier. And so Rebecca says, write with your customer in mind. So often what we do is we just kind of put it out there for anybody and everybody.
If you're not doing nothing but selling through your blog, you're not writing with your customer in mind. You're writing with your checking account in line, your bottom line. Stop that. Don't think about you. Think about them.
And what's in it for them, and who that target customer is.
Right.
You have a target audience of people that you help. It's not just anybody with a car if you're selling auto insurance. Sure. Not everybody with a vehicle is your ideal client. You might have a geographic preference. You might have certain vehicles that you prefer that are less likely to be on the get stolen list.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Or, even sharing most likely car to get on the stolen list is a value in a blog.
By the way, if you are an insurance agent and you would like to blog, I've got a great title for you. I think you should call it Cover or CYA.
I think it's been taken.
Cover your assets.
I think it's been taken. It's not that clever. She says, share your story.
Oh, man, stories are sticky.
Stories are sticky. We tend to want to get in the facts and figures, and I love those checklists.
Of course.
And a list of different things that you can do and the checklist, but it's really the story behind it that we remember. It's the story that we will share with other people. In fact, I went to Eric Masters did a Money 101 marketing event last night.
Right.
And one of the things throughout the presentation that they included was stories of people that they have helped along the way to become financially independent in their retirement. And what made that so valuable was this morning when I was talking to my husband, I didn't share all the data and the stats and the facts and figures. I shared the stories.
Sure.
Stories are how you get your brand out there. You're building your brand image. What do you want to be known for? What is your brand promise? Why are people coming to you? When they think about you, do they think salesperson?
Yeah, seriously. If you want your brand to be known for the person who collects all the money, it's probably not going to go so well.
So sharing that brand image of you being the expert, you being helpful. She says also post with consistency.
Yes.
What's your schedule? How often are you going to share?
Are you starting to see a theme here? Michael Russo talks about consistency. Michael Russo talks about putting the customer first. Michael Russo talks about stories. You start to see a pattern.
This isn't rocket science, and it's not
science.
It's not confusing, and it's not meant to be, throw everything out that you're already doing and change. You're thinking with the customer in mind, your target audience, their why, what's in it for them. How can you come alongside of them and be an asset to their power team, to their A team, versus just that salesperson who's always trying to get something from them. And then her final tip is to plan ahead.
Say that again.
Plan ahead. A lot of times we talk about having your 4 marketing campaigns throughout the year.
Right.
And once you've created your marketing calendar, you can duplicate that year after year after year.
And you really want to, because who wants to recreate the wheel all the time? I mean, if there are things in your business that are redundant, and you simply don't have to start from scratch over and over again.
Well, and I think that's where we lose so much momentum, because if you've created a campaign once, and you're only going to do it one time, think about how much energy, how much you learned, how much you gleaned from putting that event together, that marketing campaign together. And if for your customers, if they know it's a one-off, really, are they going to invest in that? Why should I put my time and attention into something and share that with others for you, especially if you're looking for that word-of-mouth marketing?
I think I'll add one more thing to Rebecca's fantastic list, and I love Rebecca Radice and what she's offering us today. But that final point would be then repurpose your content. And you and I have talked about that many, many times here on the show. Repurposing your content so that if you planned ahead and you know you're going to do that, you can always draw reference back to what you've already done. Mm-hmm. And that's a great way to
repurposing is the ultimate green movement, right?
You bet.
Reusing, recycling, repurpose your content. You can reuse it year after year. I knew somebody who did 1 year of blogging and had the whole calendar. And of course, the first year you put all this time and
Sure.
timeliness into it and research. Well, the second year she reused that exact same content.
Every blog.
Everyone.
Right.
Now, the thing is, you have new people reading it, or maybe we're in a new place. Maybe we didn't even notice it last year because we really weren't in that place, but we are this year. And so you can reuse your information if it's timeless and if it's classic and it's the foundation of who you are and creating you as an expert. I think it's brilliant.
Absolutely. RebeccaRadice.com. That's RebeccaRadice.com is where we found that information. And I think thank you to our friend Rebecca. We've got to take a quick station ID and give you a little bit of news here in the break. But don't go anywhere, because we got a whole another hour of positive business talk coming up next. On behalf of Charlie, our producer, and Angel, myself, and all the people that make the Experience Pros radio show happen every single day, we want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing the show. You are our why. You're the reason that we do what we do, and this is what we want to do for you. We're going to give you a 20-second kiss, because you know something? Kindness is so simple.
This has been the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
KLZ 560.
Hi, this is Angie Austin with the good news, and the good news is Dave Ramsey teaches you what is right. You know, I grew up and we were pretty poor, and so then when I became an adult, I decided I would never be poor again. And so I saved. I follow all of his principles, and it's a nice way to live. I lost my job about a year ago, and guess what? I didn't have to change my lifestyle at all because I had saved for just that very thing. Please listen to The Good News with Angie Austin at 1 p.m. on AM 670 KLTT, at 5 p.m. during drive time on AM 810 KLVZ, and I'm in 3 places. You can also listen to me on KLZ, this station right here on Sundays at 8 a.m.
Dennis Miller here. Be sure to tune in for the Dennis Miller Show, where we talk politics, entertainment, and everything in between. Our guests are the best you'll hear on radio. It's radio you can trust right here on the Dennis Miller Show.
Tonight at 10 p.m., it's the Dennis Miller Show, right here on KLZ 560, The Source.
This is the legendary KLZ, AM 560, KLZ HD Denver, and online streaming at 560thesource.com. Since 1922, KLZ Denver.
This is the Blaze Radio News. I'm John DeMaster. The State Department issuing a warning to Americans traveling to the Ukraine as the violence continues. But first,
what this is a transfer of wealth from some low-income earners to other low-income earners.
Conservative columnist Charles Krauthammer on Fox saying raising the minimum wage may be better for some, others losing everything.
They're going to lose all of their income, and they're going to lose the first step on the ladder into employment, which is the hope for the future. So it's a high price. You can make your choice, but there isn't a free lunch. They are running ads saying, give America a raise as if it's no cost. It is a cost, and it's other low-income people who will be the ones who pay it.
The violence continuing in Kiev, the country's top security agency saying more than 1,500 firearms seized, announcing a nationwide anti-terrorist operation to restore order. Dozens killed, hundreds injured in clashes between police and anti-government protesters. This is news on the Blaze Radio Network.
In the year 1791, Americans were guaranteed individual freedoms and a limited government. Today, those freedoms are disappearing. The government listens to your phone calls and scans your emails. That's why we've created 1791 Email. When you sign up for an account, you can rest assured that we won't invade your inbox or scan your emails. And with your 1791 Email account, you'll be letting everyone know that you believe in individual freedom. Find out more about 1791 Email at 1791.com and start sharing the spirit of America today. For the record, establishing truth in the media and setting a new standard in broadcast journalism. Investigating the stories the mainstream media doesn't just ignore, but are afraid to uncover. A news program that doesn't compromise anything, has no political agenda, and nothing to lose. For the record, restoring truth in the media and setting the record straight. Returning soon to The Blaze. Truth lives here.
The Blaze Radio News on KLZ 560 The Source.
You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, brought to you by Mass Mutual Colorado. Experience Pros, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We do appreciate you for tuning in today. We're here to remind you that small business is big business, and your business is our business. Here, take 2 of these and call me in the morning.
I'm not taking something. What is that?
Oh, you need to take what I'm prescribing because I know what's right for you.
What in the world?
Did you hear the story about Walgreens?
What story about Walgreens?
Well, Walgreens starts with a W, and there's a big W going on right now. Whoops!
What'd they do?
They gave the customer the wrong medicine. See, here in Surprise, Arizona. Surprise! One of the ladies who was a customer over at the Walgreens pharmacy, well, you know, she had an ear infection, she had a sinus infection, she had an inflamed liver, and she was suffering from hives.
Oh, my God, that poor woman.
Right? So she did what anybody would do when you're suffering from all of those things. She got out of her psychologist's office and went over to her doctor's office, and her doctor says, you clearly have an autoimmune disease. You need to get this prescription. And they you know, this guy writes this, then they type it out and send it to Walgreens. So they literally, Walgreens gets it in a typewritten form.
Okay, right? All right.
So she goes to the Walgreens and she gets whatever the salve is, and takes whatever it is that she was supposed to get. Guess what? They gave her blood pressure medicine.
Oh.
That did not work for her hives at all.
Did it make it worse? I mean, or does it? I don't know. What does blood pressure medicine do to somebody suffering for all those?
Well, the world may never know. She went back and said, this is the wrong stuff.
So she didn't take it?
No, I don't know if she did or not, but she said, this is the wrong stuff.
Okay.
Walgreens said, well, it's probably because you couldn't read the handwriting of the doctor. She said, no, it was typewritten. And the Walgreens lady said, well, they both begin with H.
That's what she said?
That's what she said.
That's what she said?
Right?
Sometimes people say they open their mouths, and the words that come out, you just want to look at them and go, you're so pretty.
Yeah.
Say that to me.
So Walgreens is issuing a whoops.
Well, they both start with W.
We're so sorry.
We are so sorry.
We apologize to the patient.
That is frightening. You hear about the pharmacies getting, prescriptions and medicines mixed up, and it is. I think this is where, as the consumer, you are your own advocate. You need to read your labels. You can't just make any assumptions. Thank goodness she read it. I don't know what the medicine would have done, but in many cases, if you combine, you can have reactions between two medicines.
Right.
So if she was already taking something else, if she was on a blood pressure medicine and she's now taking a second blood pressure medicine, see, this could be bad.
It should have got preparation H. I mean, it would have made the hive smaller at least.
Yeah, they start with H.
Both. Just helping.
Where did you find this?
On the news.
Yeah.
No. CBS News.
That's on CBS News.
That is CBS News.
Oh, she told CBS News in her local little...
CBS News
That's
reporting.
Not CBS News.
CBS
That's a little
News
local
reporting.
news station.
A little local news station. Well, I guess that blows our deal with ever working at a local news station.
We're not looking to be on a local news station, are we?
You're not?
Are you forgetting, your mission?
Oh, no.
Oh, no? Are you changing careers on me?
No, I have
Eric's going to start bringing you the weather. He's going to, no, traffic. No, you can't do that either.
No.
He's just going to be the newscaster for our little local news
I want to ride in a helicopter because you know why? It starts with H. We'll be right back.
The Experienced Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
This is Dave Logan, and I know what it's like to get home and not be able to get into the garage, right? I mean, it's especially frustrating when you're getting home from a road trip. That's why I now trust Don's Garage Doors to make sure that it never happens to me again. The LiftMaster system, along with the reliability of Don's, gives me absolute confidence that I'll always be welcomed home. Perhaps you should contact my friends at Don's Garage Doors and ask about their free keypad and remote offers while their supplies last. Find them online at donsgaragedoors.com or call them at 303-738-DOOR. This is Dave Logan, and I know what it's like to get home and not be able to get into the garage, right? I mean, it's especially frustrating when you're getting home from a road trip. That's why I now trust Don's Garage Doors to make sure that it never happens to me again. The LiftMaster system, along with the reliability of Don's, gives me absolute confidence that I'll always be welcomed home. Perhaps you should contact my friends at Don's Garage Doors and ask about their free keypad and remote offers while their supplies last. Find them online at donsgaragedoors.com or call them at 303-738-DOOR.
It's time for you to take control of your money. If it's in a 401k, someone else is in charge. Getting a loan from yourself is not what you've always been taught, and it's not complicated. Pick up the phone and call Walt Wilson at Private Pension Design and ask him about the infinite banking concept at 303-550-2847. That's 303-550-2847. You can start learning more at privatepensiondesign.com. There are 10 videos and other tools to help you get out of debt without changing your cash flow or paying extra taxes. You've worked hard for the money you've saved. Learn how to keep more control of it at privatepensiondesign.com.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
Leaders, listen up. You want to get the very best from your people, and See It Thrive can help. Address personnel challenges with confidence and unleash the best performance out of your organization, team, or individuals. See It Thrive helps you realize the possibilities of your team coming together as an unstoppable force. Reduce conflict and empower transformation. Because you work with people, make the courageous choice to see it thrive. Call Sue Kenfield today at 303-791-2807. That's 303-791-2807. Discover and sign up for upcoming workshops at seeitthrive.com.
You've tried and tried to shed those 10, 20, even 50 pounds of excess weight, and like so many Americans, you're frustrated. It's no secret that the body needs to be in balance before lasting weight loss can be maintained. Let Dr. Deborah Zeff and Christy Edwards of Holistic Herbal Health help you detoxify your body and get you on the fast track to quantum weight loss. You know you can do this. Now you know someone who can help. Call Dr. Zeff and get started on your quantum weight loss today. 303-249-7742. That's 303-249-7742 or online at rootedinhealth.com.
There is a mathematical advantage to you stopping retirement and knocking out debt if it's done on the short term.
The Dave Ramsey Show.
And the mathematical advantage is created by your focus, because you're going to go, if I'm going to start retirement, I'm going to get freaking serious. You know, and if you're just going to kind of go, oh, this is an intellectual exercise, it'd be kind of nice. But if you're going to get after it, stop retirement temporarily.
Dave Ramsey, noon to 3 on KLZ 560, The Source.
The experienced pros want to help you get your business right. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Experienced Pros Radio Show. Thanks again for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. We hope this is the most inspirational and proactive hours of your entire day.
Well, it absolutely is, because you're going to get more information about registering for the premier small business growth event, taking your business to new heights this year. If you do exactly what you did last year and you wanted to grow, you know you're going to be in the same place. Let's take your business to new heights. We have Mike Saunders with the Broomfield Chamber of Commerce talking about the Broomfield Small Business Summit coming up. Hi, Mike.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Mike, very nice to have you. The summit, tell us about what's going on at the Broomfield Small Business Summit.
You know, what we do is we take a whole slew of workshops and webinars, and we do them all throughout the year, but then this time we wanted to kick off 2014 by doing a large summit. So it's an all-day event. It's 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. or beyond, because that's when the cocktail networking reception happens. Amen. At the end of the day. And we wanted to do it rather than at just our location at the Chamber and the Business Resource Center. We chose the Omni Interlochen Resort up in Broomfield, and so we wanted to have a wonderful location. And we also know that there's some events that you might go to that don't provide amenities or foods or coffees, and so we wanted to provide something a little bit different as well. And the ticket price, which starts at $79, includes breakfast, Omni breakfast, lunch, and one ticket to get a drink at the cocktail networking reception.
Wow. $79. Breakfast is included.
Yep.
Lunch is included. The drink ticket to the networking event, and all the workshops throughout the day.
Yeah, we could stop right there and say all the food, but then it's all the workshops throughout the day. And we also took it to the next level as well, not just workshops, but panels. And what a panel is a little bit different than just one person talking about one topic. And a panel is a group of 6 to 7 to 8 different subject matter experts. And they're going to be up on the stage. They're going to give an intro of what they do, and it's all on specific topics. We have 2 panels throughout the day, and then the audience will ask questions. So then the microphone comes back, the panelist will take the question, it'll be passed down to another panelist, and, oh, you know what, in our experience we have, and so it's a nice, vibrant, real-time interaction.
Okay, Mike, I got a question for you. You said it was from 7:30 to 6 p.m. or beyond. You said it was at the Omni Interlochen in Broomfield there, right? What day?
It is Friday, the 28th of February, so it is next Friday.
Come on, folks, you need to go to this.
And you know, since it is at the Omni and since there is all the great food included, we have to call in our food order early, so we have to shut down registration next Monday, end of the day next Monday. So on the website, broomfieldsmallbusinesssummit.com, you can get all the details. And you know, I thought I would give you the topics of the panels.
Oh, please.
Because so many times you go to these workshops and you hear generic. And I'm not even going to mention topics and, you know, but just generic small business talk. But we wanted to bring in a whole lot of extra influence. So number one panel is government contracting and exporting. So how can your small business take advantage of doing business with the government?
Mike, so many small businesses are leaving money on the table because they have no idea that they could actually contract with the government and bring home many times more than bacon.
Exporting is huge. 80% of your business could be done. You could grow 80% this year just by adding exporting.
Exporting, as well as just doing business with local, federal, and state governments. So we're talking local cities, we're talking Colorado State, and there's these databases you can get in. So what one of our strategic alliance partners is going to be on the panel, PTAC, and they help business owners for free get set up in the databases but get optimized. And it's kind of like search engine optimization. If you're out online and no one sees you, what's the point? In the government databases, if you're just in there, what's the point? But you've got to have strategic keywords and categories. They help you do that. And there's some very eye-opening government contracts that some people have gotten, and it's really interesting because most times people think, oh, small business doing paving.
Right.
That's I don't do paving, so I can't do that.
No. The government buys everything.
You got it, and that's an interesting comment. But there was an example he gave where this mule trainer in Colorado Springs gets a government contract to help the military train to go to Afghanistan.
Hello.
Who would have thought that?
I love that. And so helping you get optimized, I heard a phrase just this morning, if you're not optimized, it's like having a billboard in your garage.
Yeah.
Nobody sees it.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a worthwhile panel right in and of itself.
And then the typical access to capital, going out and getting bank loans. And we're going to have that presence there from bank and a credit union. But how about the businesses that aren't quite established enough to have 2 full years of great tax returns?
What do you do?
Crowdfunding. And then even beyond that, which a lot of people have heard what crowdfunding is, we're having a panelist come in that is a very unique crowdfunder that uses receivables for crowdfunding.
Oh,
so
sure.
Not only Kickstarter, Indiegogo, things like that, but unique ways to use the crowd that you associate with.
Factoring. Okay.
Yeah. But yet factoring with a crowdfunding focus.
You bet.
We're talking with Mike Saunders with the Broomfield Chamber of Commerce. We're talking about the Broomfield Small Business Summit coming up next Friday, February 28th. It's an all-day event, 7:30 to 6 p.m. Tickets as low as $79. Everything's included: breakfast, lunch, your drink ticket, the cocktail reception, all of these panels. You can register at BroomfieldSmallBusinessSummit.com. Again, BroomfieldSmallBusinessSummit.com. Registration is getting ready to close, so get your tickets in today. Who's your, you've got a keynote for this event.
We do. Kelly Manning, the Colorado State Director of the Small Business Development Center. So she's going to bring a keynote at lunch, and the focus of that is small business. It's big business. And you guys can relate to that.
Oh, right? I think we should use that.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe that's trademark. But she's going to be talking about what is the state of the state in the small business and what small business owners are doing and what really you're doing to lift up the economy. And you might feel you're that small piece. And you might have heard the story about the grandpa and the grandson walking on the beach and throwing back the sand dollars. And he's going, hey, this is a living creature. I'm saving this one. And he goes, but Grandpa, look at all the millions out there. We can't save them all. And he goes, yeah, but it makes a difference to this one.
That's right.
And so small business is big business. You do make a difference. So Kelly Manning is going to be talking about just some great stats and figures at the keynote. We also have some wonderful door prizes that we're going to be giving away. One from Experience Pros Radio Show, because you guys are one of our sponsors. But Microsoft is one of our sponsors. We're giving away a Surface tablet.
Wow.
Windows 8. Office 2013, and 2 licenses to Microsoft 365. So those will be giving away throughout the day.
Wow, this is so exciting. Broomfield Small Business Summit, BroomfieldSmallBusinessSummit.com, the premier business event for your small business. Let's take your business to new heights in 2014. You make the Experience Pros radio show part of your daily listening habit to grow your business. Well, now come and meet the folks that are going to pour into you at the Broomfield Small Business Summit.
And for $79, literally a small investment for a huge return. If nothing else, you're going to spend that probably in the food that you eat that day anyway. So go check it out. And the website one more time.
BroomfieldSmallBusinessSummit.com. And I'll leave you with one thought, which is don't hide behind your computer. We all love social media. We all love emails, and it works. But get out to this networking event where you can rub shoulders, rub elbows, and we will be opening up a private LinkedIn group for after the event so you can take the conversations deeper with panelists and the speakers. But come out and meet people, because half of the benefit is being able to come to an event in person. And last story is I had a lady from Grand Junction go, hey, you know what, it looks really good, but I'm in Grand Junction. I've got to get a hotel. Do you think it'll be worth it? And I said, sure, look at the topics and the speakers. but mostly look at the connections and the contacts and the networking you make next morning she bought a ticket.
Absolutely. And you need to buy a ticket as well. BroomfieldSmallBusinessSummit.com. Mike, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate you. Folks, don't go anywhere. Come back. Business tips and insights. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the most positive business talk show in America.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Being a homeowner, business owner, or a consumer has never been easier thanks to the Extreme Customer Service Directory. You can count on the Experience Pros Network to deliver the best in customer service and collaboration. Check out the Extreme Customer Service Directory for all your referrals, and if you don't see your favorites on the list, let us know. We'll check them out, and if their customers are saying great things about them, they could be a great fit for the Extreme Customer Service Directory online at experiencepros.com/directory.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
You can't walk through your garage, much less park your car. You need to clear your clutter. Kevin Perry and Red Diamond Auctions can help. Red Diamond Auctions, where nothing happens until somebody sells something. Kevin Perry and Red Diamond Auctions will buy partial and complete estates. What are you waiting for? Call today, 970-673-2625. That's 970-673-2625. Visit reddiamondauctions.com today or call now, 970-673-2625.
Hi, this is Dr. Gary Donovitz, founder of BioT Medical. Did you know that men with low testosterone are more likely to suffer from heart disease, high cholesterol, and 3 times more likely to develop Alzheimer's disease? Go to biotmedical.com to learn how you can increase your testosterone, balance your hormones, and achieve your best health with just 2 treatments per year. We have BioT certified practitioners throughout the Denver area. Go to biotmedical.com for the location near you. That's biotmedical.com.
Can you imagine going an entire day without your phone or computer? Crazy, right? How else would you communicate with your team, contact that client, or even get paid? Absolutely nothing happens when you don't have technology in your lap. Even a slow-running computer can stall your progress. And when your software doesn't sync, nothing seems to work out. You've got a technology partner like no other with C² Computer Consulting. C² is your business pain reliever. Solve your pain. Call C² at 303-933-1113.
You want to create more in your life and you want to do it with ease, but you aren't sure how to get there. It's time to be open to new ideas and do what Faith did. It's time to pick up your copy of the new book, What Would Faith Do? By Faith Young. Filled with inspirational stories of people just like you who overcame adversity and went on to achieve amazing things, What Would Faith Do? Will motivate you to do the same. Create an abundant life through faith. Get a sneak peek of What Would Faith Do? Or purchase a copy at, you guessed it, whatwouldfaithdo.com.
If the cosigner of my loan passes away, what happens to the loan?
The Dave Ramsey Show.
You're liable on the loan. Nothing. They don't call the loan based on the cosigner dying. If the loan goes into default, they could go after the estate of the cosigner. But again, if you don't pay, then they, like if it's your grandmother or something and she cosigned and you don't pay and they repo the car, then they would come after grandmother's estate. So you don't want that to happen.
Dave Ramsey, noon to 3 on KLZ 560, The Source.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/The Revolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We do appreciate you for tuning in. Time for business tips and insights. You know what that means.
We're going to talk to Cheryl Brunschweiger with ALMC Mortgage, where all loans must close.
And they do. Hello, Cheryl.
Hello.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Of course you're ready.
I've been ready all year, and it's paying off. That preparation piece is so important in business, and I think that's my business tip, is being ready and communicating that with your clients. that if there's changes in your industry, if there's something new, if there's something fun, communicate with your clients and let them know that you can handle their business. And I can handle purchases and refinances, and I'm ready to help.
She is absolutely, and whenever we talk to the testimonials, the client testimonials for Cheryl, they are just so excited, because when you think about all the moving parts that it takes to refinance or buy a brand new home, all the different people involved, Cheryl is behind the scenes working for you, and her team is ready to handle if something just doesn't come along as scheduled. Because in life, everything always works perfectly every time, right, Cheryl?
Correct. There's never any problems. And it's funny when you talk to somebody. It's like, oh, I have to go through the loan process. It ranks right up there with getting a root canal. And I try to make it fun, because I don't want to deal with that every day either. I want to help. I want to make things easy. I want to help you through the process. I've created a great team that we are there to help you, because refinancing and buying a house does entail some effort on everybody's part. And so it doesn't have to be hard, though.
It doesn't. It doesn't, and it isn't. There are some moving parts to it, and there's a lot that has to happen, and a lot that has to happen all in timeliness. But when you work with Cheryl at ALMC Mortgage, she's covered all that. Like, this isn't new for you, Cheryl, right? This doesn't throw you as if, oh my gosh, this has never happened before and I don't know what to do, right?
Rarely do I ever say this has never happened before. So the experience that my team brings is, yep, I've seen this, and here's how we're going to solve it. Here's what we're going to do, and here's what you need to do, and here's what I'm going to do. And I think people appreciate that, because then they have that sense of calmness when this process can sometimes be anxiety-provoking.
Right. It is so comforting to know that, okay, I'm not the only one that this has ever happened to.
Right, exactly. And then that brings some calmness to the entire transaction. So if it's a purchase, your agents know that we've got this covered, and they don't have to panic that the transaction isn't going to go as well, or that they have to make bad phone calls to the sellers or the seller's agents. It's about communication, and I communicate with my clients and with everybody involved in the process.
You are just fantastic.
Always.
So if any of our listeners are in the market right now and they're trying to consider, should I not, am I ready, can I even qualify, where should they call Cheryl?
303-696-6933.
One more time.
303-696-6933.
Cheryl, we sure appreciate you. Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
You can also follow Cheryl at CherylAnswers.com. That's her blog, CherylAnswers.com.
And she does, absolutely. Hey, folks, Angel, do you use BizBlab?
What?
BizBlab.
I doubt it.
BizBlab.
I don't blab. I never just let my lips go blah, 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 blah. Do you?
I
would think it might be something you do.
I might be guilty, but
you are a blabber,
aka jargon, probably has no place in your dialogue when talking in a business context. For instance, what up, dog? You probably don't want to do that if you're meeting a corporate prospect.
Did somebody do that to you?
What it be? How you laying down? What's going on? BizBlab. Jargon. Stop using it. That's your tip for today. Don't use BizBlab.
I never even heard of BizBlab. Yeah. So is that just like, really casual, like?
It's hijacking normal words and using them in odd ways to make them sound businessy. Here's an example, a little more formal example. We're reaching out to our customer advocates to leverage a dialogue.
What?
Right? Why don't you just say, we're contacting our customers to talk about this?
Okay, so are we using multisyllabic words when solo syllabic words would suffice?
I don't know if it has anything to do with the amount of syllables in the thing, but it probably has a lot to do with using words that are not necessary. You're hijacking a word, for instance, customer advocates. Really? Do you call them customer advocates?
So is this where people are writing stuff and they aren't writing as if they would talk? They've got their copy person in on it?
Either that, or you've got somebody who speaks the King's English, if you will, and they always choose the most complicated way. It's BizBlab. They're choosing words that are unnecessary, and it gets it gets ridiculous when you do come into a room and say, "Yo, peeps, glad you're all here. What up?"
Nobody talks like that.
They do.
Not in a professional setting.
That's why I'm bringing it up. It's a business tip. Don't do that.
I don't know that people do.
Just because it doesn't happen in your office doesn't mean it doesn't happen out there. Why would we bring this up?
I'm trying to picture where somebody would walk in and be all just party talk instead of business talk in a professional setting.
It happens.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you know what else happened recently? At a networking event, brand new person in networking. And they're trying to kind of feel their way into it. They're new to the whole thing. Check it out and what's the appropriate behavior. They were having a conversation with somebody obviously they'd never met before.
Right.
And they engaged in a dialogue. And this person did not appreciate their feedback and told him, well, wait a minute, what did she say? Something along the lines of, it doesn't count what you said because you have no life purpose.
Oh.
I know. I know. People just open their mouths and you forget. It's like, did you forget this isn't the bar, this isn't a club, this isn't somebody that, trusts you or you have any really real relationship with thus far. We're trying to create one, and these are like showstoppers. They're just like conversation enders right there.
Certainly relationship stoppers. All right, so stay away from the biz blab. That's your business tips and insights from Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros Radio Show. More positive business talk coming up next.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Your photographs are your treasures. Your art collection means something to you, and that jersey you won in that silent auction is providing you with tons of bragging rights, so it matters to you where you have it framed. Trust your framing to the experts at Frame Art, the experts with heart. What matters to you matters to Frame Art. Don't drop your treasures off at a warehouse. Call Frame Art, 303-722-1525, 303-722-1525, located just north of Dartmouth on South Broadway in Englewood. Frame Art. It matters.
Where do you go when the bank says no? Every business needs money, and yours is probably no different. What's that you say? Your bank backed out on a commitment to you? Our friend Steve Replin has the answers to your financial questions. Steve's new book, Where to Go When the Bank Says No, is the authoritative guide to finding you the money you need now. Where to Go When the Bank Says No, available right now at hardmoneybooks.com. That's hardmoneybooks.com. Where do you go when the bank says no? hardmoneybooks.com.
Would you know what to do if a coworker started to feel dizzy and complain of chest pains? Starting CPR while waiting for an ambulance to arrive can double the chance of the victim's survival. Safety Solved can help. We provide customized on-site training, including both professional and basic CPR, AED, and first aid, with American Red Cross and American Heart Association trainings. We also facilitate first aid kit and AED equipment programs. Let us make your safety and wellness programs complete. Call today, 303-257-9589. That's 303-257-9589. Or online at safety-solved.com.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
Networking is full of myths. Bring lots of business cards. Be sure to meet at least 10 new people. Have your 30-second sales pitch ready. Your network is your net worth, but only if you're networking with your A-team. Take the guesswork out of your networking by joining Extreme Relationship Management. It's transforming the way people are networking. It's way more fun than drive-by networking and doesn't waste your time handing out stacks of business cards. Check out ExtremeRelationshipManagement.com for their next event, ExtremeRelationshipManagement.com.
Why not join me, Laura Ingram, weekdays from 7 till 10 a.m. on 560 KLZ for the Laura Ingram Show.
This is Dave. The Experience Pros radio show is changing the way people treat people in business. Listen to Eric and Angel mornings at 10, right before the Dave Ramsey Show at noon on KLZ 560, The Source.
The Experience Pros radio show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service on Facebook.com/ExperiencePros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We do appreciate you for tuning in. Hey, do you have conversational habits that kill credibility?
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I used BizBlab again.
Do I have conversational habits that what?
I used BizBlab, sorry.
Does if this moment isn't in my calendar, does this mean it really doesn't exist?
No, because I'm not in your calendar, and you're probably going to end up with that as a conclusion. Let's talk about the way that we talk, and are you actually harming your credibility by, we started with the little BizBlab, the jargon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you use cliches?
Do I?
Well,
Give me an example.
Here's one that's fairly well used. We're gonna think out of the box.
Okay, everybody says that.
Oh, you just hit one out of the ballpark.
Oh, yeah. Okay, all right. So there are people that I know
right.
that the entire conversation is either a cliche
right.
or an analogy, which is, we're rowing in a boat with no oars or something like that. And I will tell you, those things, like my head will stop spinning.
Right.
And park the car right there and go, what does that mean? How do I interpret that? What do I do with that information?
You will stop a conversation and lose your audience entirely when you say, listen, I'm just trying to give 110%.
But here's the thing is, they don't necessarily stop the conversation because the rest of us don't want to look like idiots.
No.
So we don't even ask, so we just smile and nod at you. And then
nodding.
You keep going.
Right. Yeah. It's not going to stop the actual conversation, but you will lose your listeners because we're smiling and nodding, trying to figure out how in the world do I give more than 100%. I don't know how to give 110%.
Do you know what I heard?
150%?
I heard one.
Is that more?
I heard one you're going to love.
Oh.
You know how the YOLO, you only live once?
Yeah, there's one.
That's not true.
It's not?
You live every day. You only die once.
Yodo.
What do you do with that?
Yodo. Smart thinking you bring. All right.
That's what you hired me for.
All right, so
Yodo.
Cliches.
I'm going to change it to Yodo.
Listen, if you can, avoid metaphors completely. If you can't, use original ones. If that's too hard, work on tweaking the wording of your cliches to make them less cliche-ish.
Okay, so we just kind of get in our habits, right, of phrases that we use. We pick up phrases, and then we start repeating them. We are fortunate because we have a Charlie who will say, Angel, you've used that phrase 3 times this week.
Right.
Like, really? I didn't even realize that. And so we're fortunate that we have somebody else kind of listening in on our conversations and guiding us. Most people don't have their Charlie's voice.
And we've given him permission to make those adjustments for us. And in the worst case, if you just simply cannot avoid using cliches, throw in the word proverbial. So you mix it up. It makes an old cliche fresh, right?
What?
First, I said, you just hit that out of the ballpark. Throw in the word proverbial. You just hit that out of the proverbial ballpark.
Why am I adding the word proverbial?
Because it makes it fresh. You're pushing the proverbial envelope. We should experience in business a proverbial paradigm shift.
Okay, so I can't use the phrase because that's old and tired.
Right.
But I can throw in the word proverbial.
If you insist on using the words. If the old dog doesn't want to learn a new trick, just throw in proverbial.
Okay, but then how long until this proverbial phrase is now old and pushed the proverbial envelope too far?
Frankly, we'd have to take some time and study that so that we could figure out what the proverbial best practice is.
And proverbially, we are thinking out of the proverbial box.
I think so.
And then we will have a proverbial take our business to the next proverbial level.
There, you're getting it. Absolutely.
This is dumb.
No, it's
proverbially dumb.
It's proverbially scalable. Just helping.
Somebody's whistling at me.
Oh.
All right. So the proverbial word. No, bad advice.
Manage proverbial expectations.
Well, no, bad to take that proverbial piece of advice.
All right.
Okay. All right. What else you got? Because I am thinking you can't just. I mean, if you're going to. No, you. See, no, doesn't work. See, I can't even complete my sentence because I can't even get to a proverbial sentence with that piece.
All right.
I mean, if we're going to do something, let's all start talking in statistics.
Well, 75% of all statistics are made up on the spot.
I know. I think we should say that
proverbially speaking,
75% of the time we're making up what we're talking about, and 30% of the time the analogy doesn't fit the storyline that we're trying to talk about.
Do you use weasel words? Weasel words.
Do I look like I use weasel words? I mean, is something on my face and the way I dress, you just go, ooh, I wonder if she uses weasel words.
Do you know what a weasel word is?
I don't.
Oh, well, how do you know if you do or don't?
I'm just gonna go on the record and hope that I don't use weasel words. Now, do I hang out with weasels on occasion?
I'd like to meet them. Maybe
you are them.
A weasel word is an attempt to fool employees by disguising ugly facts as bloodless abstractions.
I know that person.
Do you?
Oh my gosh.
Here's an example. Instead of using a development opportunity, or you use development opportunity when really what you're talking about is, drudgery. It's just, stop it. Or we're right-sizing. No, you're not. You're firing. You're not right-sizing. You're firing people. They won't have Christmas because of you. Weasel words. You know someone?
Yeah, complete distracted. And every time it comes up, I think of you, Eric.
Thank you.
Because
Thank you.
Here's why. In your previous life as a magician, there was a phrase that you used, misdirection.
Yeah.
Misdirection. And so make a noise over here.
Right.
So we don't notice what's going on the right. And so the whole misdirection, you've got your little shiny hand and ta-das and flashes, and maybe we won't notice what's going on. That's what I think of weasel words, is misdirection. We're going to give you all these phrases, all these terms, and all this other stuff that's going on when really I've just confused the heck out of you, so you stop asking about this bad thing.
I don't know what to say about that.
I would take it as
abracadabra.
Well, because you don't want somebody to ask you a question. And we've all been on the sales end of that, right? Rather than, somebody asks us about, okay, so this doesn't come in red, or I can't get this in time for Christmas, or, kind of a challenge.
Right.
They misdirect, or in your term, weasel word, they weasel you and say, well, when you do get it, and this is what it's going to be, and did I show you this other feature, and
by
did
the
I
way,
mention...
yellow is your color.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. All right. How about fake apologies? You will lose credibility if do you know what a fake apology is?
A fake apology is, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yes. Stop that.
I'm sorry you had a bad experience.
I'm sorry if anybody was offended.
I'm sorry if you were offended.
Stop it.
I'm sorry that...
It's not an apology.
You had a...
That is not an apology. That is not an apology. That is not an apology. Got one in the mail yesterday. That was not an apology. I'm just saying. Apologies say, I apologize for doing this. I own it. I'm sorry for fill in the blank.
And I taught my children when they were little
to
say why. Sometimes they would bump each other or make a mess or whatever, and they would just say the phrase, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, you're sorry for what? I'm sorry I knocked you down. I'm sorry whatever. But it takes more of that onus and makes it more of a genuine apology. Now, you have all those people that are always apologizing for stuff, and you can cross the line and go way too far. I'm sorry I wasn't on time. I'm sorry I didn't answer your call. I'm sorry I did. Okay, stop that.
Please.
Over apologizing. Own it. Step up to it. And instead of making excuses, fix it. Change it. This is what I'm going to do different. This is how I'm going to improve it. This is what I'm going to do to make it better.
I think you got it.
Proverbial?
No.
I got it.
I mean, no, you really got it.
Okay, you didn't use the word proverbial, so I'm going to take that as face value.
No, you beat me to the punch. We will be
the
back.
Proverbial punch?
Yeah, that one.
Goodness.
We'll be back after these messages.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Run a business and have a life. You got into business so you could enjoy life, and Employer Essentials can help. They keep up with the ever-changing payroll and employment laws and requirements, as well as all those employee management issues. Employer Essentials is the answer you've been looking for to add payroll and HR solutions that offer you peace of mind and the time to do what you want to do. Employer Essentials, Denver's trusted local payroll and HR provider for 15 years. EmployerEssentials.com or 303-734-9436.
When you work from home, you run the risk of setting up a makeshift workspace in the corner or somewhere off to the side of your bedroom. It's not really a home office. It just happens to be your office at home. Let Helene's Designs help you create a productive workspace that transforms you from hobbyist into an innovative CEO ready to be featured in a magazine spread. Take charge of your home office and call Helene's Designs. You're the CEO. Make sure your home office looks like it. 720-233-7302. 720-233-7302.
When you think of going to the dentist, it makes you uncomfortable and uptight. You recall the dark ages of dentistry. Weisbard Dental wants to change that image. Imagine being welcomed in a comfortable, beautiful, brand new dental office with digital x-rays, digital photos, being comforted throughout the entire process. At Weisbard Dental, you'll be treated while relaxing in their massage chairs. Make an appointment for Weisbard Dental at 303-773-3373. Check them out at weisbarddental.com. WEISBARD dental.com.
I'm Dr. Lee Weisbard, and I can make you smile.
Hi, this is Karen with Seniors Helping Seniors of South Metro Denver. If you or someone you know is a more mature citizen who needs a little extra hand around the house, Seniors Helping Seniors is your answer. We provide personal care, companionship, transportation, meal preparation, and more, including Alzheimer's and dementia care. And all of our helpers are seniors themselves. Licensed and trustworthy help is available at seniorshelpingSeniors.com/South Metro Denver or by calling 303-990-4561. That's 303-990-4561. Call today and let's meet.
Design, implement, and support. If you have a computer, a cell phone, or a tablet, you have a network. Hi, this is Eric, and I've got great news for you. Your network has a guy. For the last 15 years, Brad Binkley of Binkley IT has served his clients without killing their budget. Brad can effectively manage a network of up to 50 computers, typically for about 2 to 4 hours a week. Huge savings, no sacrifice. Call Brad today for your next IT partner. 720-254-1057. That's 720-254-1057. Binkley IT, solving the IT puzzle, one piece at a time.
I started going cold turkey. Well, at least when I'm in the car.
I know I shouldn't do it, but it's so hard to stop. That's why I hide it from myself, so I won't be tempted.
I used to do it all the time. I stopped by locking it in my glove compartment.
My friend used to do it way too much. Now I turn it off when we're in the car.
My solution is simple. I just don't do it.
There are lots of ways to stop yourself and others from texting and driving. How will you stop? Tell us at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. We are so thankful that you're listening, and this is the only place where you can get your daily dose of cowbell, thanks to Charlie and his music selection.
I'm so glad you didn't come back mooing.
Oh, no.
Because, sometimes you take these sounds a little too far.
I don't know what you mean by that.
I think you think that you're adding an element of surprise.
Oh, since you mentioned an element of surprise, I think that we should tell everybody customer satisfaction has a net value of 0.
Surprise!
Ding, ding.
Wait a minute.
Donk. I can't do a cowbell.
Okay, customer experience.
The customer satisfaction has a net value 0.
How do you get there from here? Because everybody says satisfied customers. We have satisfied customers.
Right.
Satisfied customers.
That's what we're after. When we went to business school, that's what they taught us. We're supposed to get satisfied customers, right? All we need to do is satisfy our customers. Here, take my customer satisfaction survey. No one cares.
No one cares?
No. See, you're not really. Thank you. You're not really.
He's like, and we're done.
You're not. There was the shortest Experience Pros radio show. You're not really after satisfaction. You may think that you are, but you're not. What you're after is loyalty. How do you create customer loyalty? Get rid of the satisfaction. Put in surprise.
Adding in surprise. And here's what we know about satisfied customers. They shop around.
You bet.
They shop around based on price. Somebody else might offer them a Groupon. They might get a coupon in the mail. Yeah. They might, here's a gift with purchase.
Or they might be referred by a friend. Hey, I do business over here. You should do business over here, but I've been doing business over there. Okay, you said so, so here I go.
They shop around based on geography, where they are closer to. I might typically get my haircut here in Lakewood, but I'm going to be in Parker today, and all my businesses, all my meetings are in Parker. I'm going to get my haircut in Parker.
Fact of the matter is, satisfied customers shop around, and what you really want are loyal customers. You want customers who are delighted by your service. And so in the process of creating a customer experience that is delightful, we suggest that you throw in a surprise. Remember Cracker Jacks?
Yeah, I do. The
right?
little prize in the
box.
Right,
there's always a prize in the box, right? Well, you may not be all thrilled about offering your folks little water-based tattoos, but what if you're an auto dealer and a way to surprise your customer is that when they trade in their old car and they buy your brand new fancy shiny new car, what if you set all their radio dials to the presets that they had in their old car?
Oh my gosh, how fabulous would that be?
Right?
All right. And what I love about that idea is it doesn't cost. There's not an investment. It's not a one of those things that we can't duplicate. It's easily duplicatable. It's easily trainable, consistent. Every one of your workers, employees could do that, and it could happen every single time. Yeah. I think that's a piece. When we talk about surprise, you think, well, okay, we're only going to do it once in a while because it's a surprise. But how often does that customer really come back in?
And, it really is true. Here's another way to surprise your customer, and I want you to stick with us on this one here. Provide a service before the sale. Okay, in other words, give value before the transaction. You might remember, well, maybe now you're probably too young for when the circus came to town. They sent out frontmen, and they put signs on telephone poles and placed articles in the local newspapers and scheduled parades down Main Street before the elephants ever got there.
Oh, how exciting.
Right?
Well, you create this anticipation.
And that's just it. It's the anticipation.
So often we don't want to do anything until we have every T crossed and every I dotted. Well, my website's not really up, or I haven't quite figured out. I haven't got all the promotional products yet. You can create that anticipation. Think about your vacation, your favorite, the last time you went on a vacation.
Right.
For everybody else, Eric, you'll have to just kind of imagine.
I've heard of that word. I looked it up in the dictionary as a picture of you pointing at me saying, get back to work.
So I think a lot of the fun in the vacation is the anticipation. You're planning it, you're preparing for it, you're shopping for it, you know it's coming, and that's almost half as much fun as the trip itself. The anticipation that you can create for your clients as well, it's coming, or here we are, and building it up. A lot of previews to it. Movies, what do? They put out the previews. We've got commercials. We've got little things to entice you. Even you sit down at the restaurant, they bring you, the little snacks beforehand,
Absolutely.
The chips or the bread or something that entices you.
And let's take the anticipation and wrap it on the other side, bookending it, if you will, with the afterglow, right? Say thank you. Follow up with your customer, your client, whatever it is. Give them some reason to want to come back and do that experience again. This is not at all unlike regular relationships, right? You see somebody that you're interested in. You go a-courting, right? You build up all the anticipation. Then you make the transaction. You know what I mean. And then they want to be snuggled. They want to be held.
We do. We want to be cuddled.
Give them a little afterglow.
We like that little note the next day, or that little friendly reminder, or know that it isn't over with, and that there's more coming, or that you appreciated, because so much it's just about the transaction.
Right.
We get the transaction, and once the transaction's over, we turn our attention to somebody new and shiny.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's that. Here's another way to think about customer surprise. Turn an oops into an opportunity. You know, we all make mistakes.
Yes, we do.
No one is expecting you to be perfect.
You know, I heard a presentation recently from somebody who has thousands of customers come through their doors every single day. And she says, we're bound to disappoint somebody.
Sure.
Every day. So a lot of what we do is build into that relationship on the front side, so that hopefully if we do disappoint you, there's a little room for forgiveness, a little room to have that conversation, and to reconnect and make it right. And that's what we talk about extreme customer service. We don't imagine, and we don't live in a world that says nothing ever goes wrong and that it's always perfect every time. But we live in a place that says we're going to do the right thing. We're going to pay it forward on the front side. We're going to build that relationship with you. We're going to connect with you, so that if on the off chance, the random occasion that we do disappoint, we are going to come to you, we are going to make it right, and we hope that there's some room for that conversation to happen. Too often, because we're not loyal, we're just a satisfied customer.
Right.
Because we're just a satisfied customer, because we come to you because we have the coupon, or because we just happen to be in your area, or because somebody else sent me to you, I don't have that loyalty to you. So if you do mess up, you have no change in your pocket.
Right.
You don't get to make it right. You had your chance. You screwed it up, and I'm never doing business with you again. I mean, we kind of draw that line. We see that line drawn in the sand so often. Something bad happens, we're quick to gossip about it. We're quick to tell other people the negativity and spread gossip, rather than going to the owner and the person that can actually make it right. We steer shy of that. But we're quick to go, don't do business with them. There's some kind of thing happened to me, but ick.
Yeah, we don't want the ick. Here's the number one thing that Angela and Eric are going to tell you today about how to secure customer loyalty and offer them a surprise, and that is simply this: celebrate your customers. Celebrate them. Listen, everybody loves a party. Everybody wants to know that they're the center of the attention. They want to know that they're valued and special. If you think about birthday parties and holidays that are going on, what do? You give presents, you send cards, you bake a cake, you do whatever. Celebrate your clients. How do you do that? One of the ways we do that in our office, when we hold a meeting in our office, there is a sign. It's a simple little thing, very simple. It's like changing the radio dials, right? We have a sign that says, Joe, we celebrate you. And when they walk into our office, the first thing they see is their name and an intentional message. It's like a birthday card. We celebrate you.
You know, it happens sometimes. I've gone at 100% Chiropractic in Highlands Ranch.
Sure.
They do the same thing. They have this sign that lets them know you were expecting them. And we were, weren't we?
Right.
You walk in, one of our favorite things to see is our name. Somebody put our name on something. That's just fantastic. You walk in some places, they've got the electronic little welcome boards. How easy is that to put their name on there?
I pick up the phone and on occasion just pick up the phone and call one of our clients, and I typically get a voicemail because people are busy, right? And I leave on the voicemail, hey, this is Eric, and I just want to let you know, today I was thinking about you. I really appreciate you. I trust you are having a great day. If there's anything that I can do to make it better, you just give me a call back.
What can we do for you? And those little moments of just sending out an appreciation. Our friend Faith wrote the book, What Would Faith Do? If she thinks about you, if you pop up, she's going to pick up.
You bet.
Pick up the phone and contact you. It's not a coincidence that you're thinking of them. There is something very intentional going on.
Folks, don't forget to go over to Highlands Ranch Travel's Facebook page and vote online for where to send me on vacation, my first vacation in 12 months. Your motivation for doing that is you could actually get a free vacation of your own. Remember to vote for where you might want to go, because we're going to also drop the rates and you can maybe go on vacation with me. How much fun would that be?
We're live broadcasting at Innovative Real Estate Group tomorrow with the Welcome Home Team. Would
love for you guys to come on out to 9949 South Oswego Street in Parker, right near the Wildlife Experience.
On behalf of Charlie, our producer, and Angel and myself, and all the people that make the Experience Pros radio show happen every day, we say thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing the show. Be sure to come out and visit us tomorrow as we broadcast live out there at Innovative Real Estate. See you tomorrow.
This has been the Experience Pros radio show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.